So where we're going to start with writing your paper is a summary paragraph. The summary paragraph is a great way to frame your paper to help keep you focused, and later on we'll be able to turn it into our abstract. So this summary paragraph is going to have 7 elements. A sentence about the broad context your research will address, then a sentence about the particular problem you're going to address in your research, then a sentence or two about what knowledge gap there is in the literature, then your aims, what you did, your methods, what you found, your results, and then implications for researchers, but it might be also for end users. So I'll just step through each of those components. So the context sentence is just the broad context of your study. So for instance, my study on declines in tiger sharks, the broad context was that many species are trending towards extinction, and these extinctions are indicated by declines in the abundance of those populations. Then I narrowed into the more specific problem I would address, which is we often don't know how fast the species are declining, and we need appropriate methods to detect the rate at which they're declining. After that, we talk about the knowledge gap. So that's looking at what's previously been done at estimating the rates of population decline, and then talking about what the knowledge gaps are in that area, which in my case was that some rates are changing through time, so they're not a straight decline. The decline can have ups and downs in it, so it can be hard to determine how fast the decline is happening. Then talk about what the aims of your study are. So in the aims, you're now getting really focused in to what you'll be doing, and setting the expectations for about what your study will address. Then what you did, so in my case it was a statistical analysis of data, but for other studies it might be more empirical analysis, experimental analyses or field observations and so on. Then a summary of your key results. So this might be really hard at this stage to decide what your key results are, but the point is just to pick a few of the bigger results you found, the ones you think are most important, and then just write them down in a few sentences. And those results don't have to be finalised just yet. So if you're still at the stages of preliminary analysis, just have a guess at what your results might be, and leave that as a template to fill in the actual results later on. And then there's discussed implications. So when you talk about implications, you want to think about who are the readers of your paper and why might they care about this work. So think about the implications for other researchers. Are you suggesting that researchers should be doing things in a different way to what they currently do? Or are you suggesting that there's a new research frontier you've discovered and this will push ahead future research into a new area? You might also like to talk about implications for end users of your work. So it might be conservation managers, in my case, who are managing the tiger shark population. What sorts of actions might they want to take as a result of your research? Or what knowledge gaps have you discovered that we need to fill so they can make more informed actions in the future? So once you have that summary paragraph written, you're well set up to then move on to the next stage of paper writing, which is to outline the entire paper. So if you want to see more about how to write papers, click one of the links that's popping up on the screen right now to see the full playlist of vlogs in this series. I'm Dr. Chris Brown, and this has been the Conservation Hackers vlog.